Hello guys, Gameboy0012 here once again with another video. Now, albeit it has been promised and was made ready to be uploaded, YouTube has deemed that my WrestleMania 29 predictions video was 2 minutes over the limit. This kind of BS really pisses me off, as I know some users that post over an hour long videos and they don't get bugged about it. There is an option that you can post longer videos which involves giving away your phone number. That's something that I feel uneasy and just uncomfortable with. Like, why? Why do you need our phone number for that? And must I think that it's some form of verification that it's like to for YouTube to make sure that it's you that's you're controlling your account. But why would you need a phone number? Why can't you ask for our email address, for example? That's a better way. But nonetheless, I digress as I don't want to say something that I probably will regret. I do have another video in store today as I will make my predictions on the matches features in the Barclays Premier League today. I will attempt at making this a regular thing, and I will also attempt at making reviews for general WWE shows, not only the pay-per-views. So without further ado, let's get into it. Aston Villa versus Fulham, a team that has won the survival battle versus a team that has almost won it. While Fulham have high chances of remaining in the Premier League next season, their recent loss away to Newcastle United might serve as a bit of a dampener. Everything counts at the climax of the season, and if Fulham are to slip into a poor run of form for the remaining games, that could make the job harder for themselves in that regard. But with the likes of Brede Hangeland, Brian Ruiz, and Dimitar Berbatov in their ranks, they will have a strong triplet on which they can hang the Premier League future on. And in the case of Aston Villa, Aston Villa's fight for survival is near the finish line. It's not completely there, but it's almost there. With their performance in the 3-1 victory, of which we have very seen such from them this season, it gives them a huge and needed boost in morale for them to finish to get the remaining points they require. Depending on the likes of Jordan Bowery, Gabriel Agbonlahor, and Christian Benteke will help Villa go the distance. I predict between evenly split teams a scoreline of 1-1 or 2-2. Everton vs Queen's Park Rangers. The former have already cemented their place in the top 10 this season and are far from relegation. However, like Fulham, Everton will need to be wary of the remaining games of the season and not get complacent. Going full throttle until finally so at the final game of the season will be exhausting for the likes of Marouane Fellaini, Nika Jelavic, and Kevin Morales, but they will need to do so in order to prevent their season turning pear-shaped at the most uninviting of times. Meanwhile, for a dire QPR side, it is a must-win game. Anything else than 3 points against the strong Everton team spells relegation to the Championship for Harry Redknapp's side. They have been struggling for the entire season with only a measly 4 victories against Fulham, Chelsea, Southampton, and Sunderland. If they don't rally around the likes of Adel Taarabt and the young and quickly improving Andros Townsend, we could be seeing the back of QPR come the season finale. I don't have much belief in Queen's Park Rangers, so I am going to pull for a 2-0 victory to Everton. Reading versus Liverpool. I wasn't all too excited when I saw this fixture, to be honest. Reading have had a 360 degree of a season. While early in the season they have turned some heads with their style of play and defensive and offensive capabilities, it has come to the day where they sit at the bottom of the league table, a spot previously occupied by Queen's Park Rangers. the issues they have with defending was something when I saw with Arsenal when they had that bad start to the season. Unfortunately, for Arsenal, it was hard to tell. For me, it was hard to tell whether that bad start to the season when it was last season or like even early this season, because it's no fault to Arsenal. They're a very talented team, but they just suffer in some areas, and some areas that Arsene Wenger for some reason tries to fix, but sometimes does not fix them, like does not add the right pieces. But nonetheless, respect to Arsenal, I just think their defending sometimes lacks. Nonetheless, talking about Reading here. Uh, Reading have shown that they can score goals. I don't know if Andre has proven that point. 10 goals. I think that he scored 10 goals this season. But they haven't shown very much in the back line. Guys like Lafondre and even guys that can score like Hal Robson Canu, they will need to rack up some goals at some point at this point of the season, should I say, because it will count most because it's the proverbial climax at this moment. And Nigel Atkins will definitely need to sort out defenders. He'll definitely need to get some people in uh, for Reading in to mix up their back line next season. And it will count. If Reading can get the job this season and remain in the Premier League, it'll be a huge boost. But it will, even if Atkins does mix up the back line, will mean very little if they cannot retain their position in the Premier League. In the other scenario, Liverpool haven't done much to really turn heads either. They have the ability to defend, unlike Reading, but sometimes they struggle to score. Players like Luis Suarez show that they can make the hard chances. Like we all know, he can, a talented, a very skilled player, a lot of years on him, but he struggles to make the easy opportunities. This has been reflected time and time again. People on the internet saying it. People uh, on even on Eurosport on a sports channel saying it. It's good that he can convert the hard chances. It's a bit frustrating when he fails to convert the easy chances. Also, with Raheem Sterling and Daniel Sturridge not featuring as much into the Liverpool scene, I don't know what's going on with them. Whether they're underused or not used properly, or it's a poor run of form. I don't know what's going on with Sterling and Sturridge. But it seemed like when Sturridge first came to Liverpool, it was saying like a great triplet for Liverpool to rally around Raheem Sterling, Daniel Sturridge, Luis Suarez. But right now, Sterling has seemed to drop off into the sunset, basically. He still makes some good performances, but he seemed to drop off, and he seemed to not feature as much what with Sturridge and Suarez on the team. Sturridge seemed to cool off since he first came to Liverpool. He still scores, but not if he scores, but not like how he used to when he first came. And Suarez is definitely not getting the support that he needs. So the Reds will definitely need to find a valuable or a reliable player at least to rally behind for a respectable finish in the top five at the very least. While the top 10 is also good, a stronger finish up in the top spots will also be good for the Reds and their fans. And Steven Gerrard, that's your cue. I predict a dull contest of sorts, finishing nil-nil. Southampton versus West Ham United with a three-game winning streak in mind against the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea, and Reading. Southampton look a strong side going into this contest and should pick up with 3 points. Ricky Lambert and company will need to repeat the performance they've put up recently against the tough West Ham United team to get a chance at leapfrogging Fulham into the 10th position. Albeit West Ham have won 2, lost 2, and drawn 1 of their last 5 games, they have looked solid in their play. Level 1 points with Southampton and just a place below them. Should an Andy Carroll inspired side provide an upset, they could be in a 10th position in the league, which would not be undeserved. I predict an exciting contest with Southampton winning 1-0. Arsenal versus Norwich City. Although I criticize Arsenal for their at times transparent defending, I will admit I have been impressed with the work they have put into the defense and attack. But that doesn't mean that everything is hunky dory. They at times struggle with consistency, and with the likes of Phil Walcott unable to spark some flame to a dry Arsenal team, it could get worse unless it's checked out. Like a rash. Yeah, bad joke. Moving on. We'll have to see what the near voiceless Arsene Wenger will do to confront this issue. Alright, I promise, I'll stop with the jokes. And on the other side, Norwich have the opposite situation than their opponents. They started off brightly and just dwindled and spluttered and struggled towards the climax of the season. If not careful, they could pull a Reading and join them in the relegation zone. However, Norwich have beaten Arsenal in the past, earlier in the season, courtesy of a goal by Grant Holt in the first 20 minutes of the first half. Holt, coincidentally, is going to be rumored to start, but can he and Norwich repeat their upset win from October? That'll be up for your speculation. I predict a comeback win for Arsenal in the scoreline of Arsenal 3, Norwich City 2. And those are my predictions for the matches tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, comment your predictions, like, and subscribe. It always helps. Also, don't forget to keep an eye out for my next video, which should come out tomorrow, which will feature my predictions for the Barclays Premier League matches on Sunday. This is GameBoy 0012, as always, saying, peace out. I'll see you all next time.